Okay, now we're into the heart of the game.
Pick word. Oh, dang it. We got to pick words.
All right, so we're going to write our poem now.
All right.
So
here we go.
Okie dokie.
All right, Buck, what do you think you should pick?
I'm going to say pink.
now hold on. Each of these words is going to affect what girl you're going for.
Yeah, do we want to impress Yuri?
So not pink.
Or one of these other tricks?
I mean, the two of you both seem to like Yuri, so.
I feel like Ocean would impress Yuri.
Are you sure?
Or like disaster.
Yeah, she was talking about like reading dark things
that's
too.
right.
Yeah.
Disaster. She loves it. Okay, she's probably the antagonist. Let's see what else we got. Disaster.
Despise.
Disaster rainbow.
And imagination. Well, it is going to be called rainbow poop.
Yeah.
The words don't have to connect in any way. It's just
yeah, they're not
it's
gonna
funny
connect.
words.
I would go with imagination or
Does he read
despise.
it? Does he read it out loud?
No, unfortunately not. But you get to read their poems.
We're doing disaster rainbow. We're just gonna follow our hearts.
Sayori. Wrath.
I would go anxiety or wrath.
Not heaven
Or
sent.
fester.
Or fluffy.
Disaster rainbow kiss.
Okay.
I mean, this is Keith.
Obviously.
This is
So-
Keith.
Oh, we're
Who jumped for
three-way
that?
tie.
Yep,
We
they all got one now.
Wonderful, breathe, sing,
Melancholy.
sunset, socks, question, bunny, melancholy, bubbles, and scarves.
I like socks. I
Socks is
need some
alright.
socks.
Yes,
no,
socks.
choose what you want.
I
Keith.
mean,
So it's... What is it so far? Rainbow kiss?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Shame.
matter. Shame.
Or disarray will also be Yuri. Of those,
Existence.
Lazy firework
Existence is
chocolate.
definitely Yuri. Incapable,
Lollipop.
agonizing, infallible. Those I think all. And
Yeah,
deaf is also.
I don't think Natsuki knows the word infallible.
vertigo.
Unrequited.
We're seeing who vertigo goes
Yep.
to. Oh,
Hey.
she got that vert.
Judgment is one for her.
Sure, it's not gonna be laugh.
Kiwa.
Depression. Oh, it fooled me. Nibble. Lust. Nope.
Yeah, actually,
No.
I think lust might.
We're just electricity.
Infinite will be Yuri.
She loves
Yuri.
electricity, Neil. Fucking, you don't listen to her like I do. I love that bitch.
Keith. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word.
Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging
Oh,
out.
my bad. Thanks for keeping your promise, Keith. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Keith always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun.
Sure does.
That's right.
He helps me with busy work without me even asking,
I eat ass.
like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
Oh, girl.
Uh-oh.
How come? You and Keith can become good friends too.
Sayori. It's Metal Gear.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today. You know,
Wait, Sayori?
Me?
disgusted.
Not really.
Me.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Where's the girl?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when
Her
it's
eyes
really
are
not.
gone.
Oh, what do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation.
Hey, don't worry about it. Like Tommy Wiseau. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise.
Purple eyes.
It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
All right. Well, here.
Hey,
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
dildo.
Ah, damn books.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
Hey,
We
we're gonna
could-
say
You know,
book and read we have to replace with dildo when you read it out loud.
that might be too far. Discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out
Got
a
a
book she
dildo.
thinks I like, despite me not reading much.
Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
Sarcasm.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Give me that.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look
Okay.
forward to hearing what you think.
2 pages a night.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a dildo.
Yes.
I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. That's the only time I'll do that. Well, meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging
every
around
time.
the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more.
What just happened?
That was a little time skip.
Transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she's lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Ah.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book.
Keith, look away.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just spacing out.
Yeah.
You're
I mutter
game.
this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place.
Oh, thank God.
But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Yeah, right.
Ah, I see.
Keith, leave
There's
her
something
alone.
fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I
Fine
decided to let it
bitch.
go.
I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear that. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Illuminati.
all right.
Russians.
Russians.
I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust.
Jesus.
No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of...
Fuck. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Keith?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for living their one-sided morals
pause.
and interfere with the
This
villain's
is
plans.
definitely the bad guy, right? Be with me on that, Buck.
Yeah.
She's gonna try and destroy the world at some point,
Or try to kill you.
or kill you while she destroys the world.
Because you didn't pick her.
But
You're going to end up with Nazi, and then that's going to make her
You
mad.
think so?
with
You think
Natsuki? You think so?
I don't know.
I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again.
How is this game even
I'm
going to
sorry.
get dark? Listen to the music.
I know, right?
Is this all it
Hey,
is?
don't. What were you saying?
Is this all it's going to be? Is us just reading the whole time?
What, are you bored?
Well, not necessarily that, but are we just going to be writing poems and et cetera, et cetera?
This will go on for longer.
Okay.
But it gets...
It changes pace.
Ladies and gentlemen, Buck's
somewhat.
really bored right now, but he'll turn around.
I'm fine.
I haven't lost interest or anything.
I just got to zone in my
Well-
character.
I guess it's alright then.
I'm an airhead.
But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
Stop.
That's. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. Suck them titties. It's literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book.
I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag.
Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right?
I slip into the seat next to
You
Yuri's.
slip in
Hey,
Hey, that game, huh?
What's up?
Game's working.
Yeah. Are you...
This guy's pretending to like to read just to hook up with this chick.
He basically says that at the start of
Yeah.
that one day or whatever.
This guy.
He's got the hot.
You're playing
purple.
as a fucking scumbag, in my opinion.
You are kind of a scumbag to
Yeah.
start, yeah.
Just off what's happened so far? Because he didn't want to join a literature club?
It's just the fact that he has like an ulterior motive this entire time, and he's like, "Well, I gotta spend time with these girls."
They're all so cute.
Yeah, whatever. Like,
I wonder
you're
how
any
many-
different, Neil.
I wonder how many notches I can get on my belt.
Did he already read this? I don't even know.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her
Sha.
presence over my shoulders as I read.
Get off my back, woman.
It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Aw, jeez.
Sorry. I was
You're
just...
cute.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Oh, here. This should work, right? It's my book.
I slide my
Shield.
desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Yeah.
The two of us?
Yeah.
Oh, the two of the desks. Ah. I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Nice. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open.
Ha. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and the
Look at that
forefinger.
Did
ear.
it.
I like that ear.
She did it.
Yeah.
That is a nice ear, though. Ah.
I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. Dude, they're sharing the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her
Just
side.
the way Keith's gonna slide in.
But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I can
It's
hear it
actually
breathing.
kind of distracting me. It's how I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Oh, she just looked at. She looked at us.
It's over!
She looked at
She's in!
She looked at us.
Are you ready?
Hold on, I'm not though. I gotta play it cool. Play it cool. Yeah?
Nailed it.
To turn the page.
Ah. Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second.
That's what they call it. I glance over at Yuri's face again,
Premature.
and our eyes meet.
Yeah.
Prematurely distracted.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer.
Look at that little smirk. You got shit eater.
It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page, each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb.
Hey, Yuri.
Yeah.
This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
The whole like crazy
You
bit.
think so?
Okay.
She
How
didn't
does
like
she?
that.
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Whispering sweet nothings in her ear.
Am I trying to seduce her while I'm telling her that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm like, "Ugh."
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
Can you spell
Keith-
mannerisms?
That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing
Gosh
that
dang
you
it.
think
Fucked it
that.
up, dude.
Gosh dang it. All the heck.
I'm fucking it up.
You ain't
I
get
was in.
shucks.
I was in.
You ain't
Shucks.
getting none now.
You gotta write another poem now. Shucks.
Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Saving it, he's saving it! I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone.
Oh,
She does a lot of vibrato.
I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. All right, who should go first?
Ooh.
Does this matter? I don't think
Nah,
it does.
just do it. List-wise.
Yeah, sure, you can just go.
I don't know if I can without the
Oh, okay.
mouse.
I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all.
Dot, 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 dot. This is a good poem, Keith. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy?
Spit it out,
Am
son.
I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
What do you think this looks like, Sierra?
You calling me?
Well, I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it
I
seriously.
didn't.
Or that you wouldn't write it once at all.
Write it once at all.
I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Know what I'm saying?
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Keith. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori.
I'll backslap you.
I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here.
Puss.
Puss.
Then again,
Puss.
I can't deny that she's part of the reason
Puss.
I joined.
Puss.
Ooh,
Puss.
knowing how much this
Puss.
means to her at all.
Puss. 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 Puss.
Motivation puss.
Puss. Puss.
Motivation bus. Yeah? And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at the
We'll see about that.
All right, Buck, you got to read it.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play?
Yeah.
Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day?
Yeah.
I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever.
Die.
But I'm not mad.
I want breakfast!
Oh.
So what'd you guys
Yeah.
what'd you guys think of Sayori's
Yuri's
poem?
tea.
It definitely sounded like she wrote it in the morning, like Keith's character noticed. and
Yeah, she
just
wakes up
forgot
late a
about it.
lot.
I thought it was beautiful.
She likes to eat, and she's an enthusiastic airhead. It's great.
She wants breakfast.
She wants breakfast now.
Yeah.
Eggs and toast.
The sky is blue, and if it wasn't for that, she'd sleep all day.
She's gonna have a hard time adjusting when Yuri tries to destroy the world and kill everyone, as I suspect.
All right, so
So that's theory number one.
We know she's not a vampire.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
Actually, we have no evidence to support that theory.
no evidence.
She's probably a vampire or a demon bitch.
She likes the blue and the sunshine. The poem started. It was titled Sunshine.
Okay,
She's-
next up,
She's not a
Natsuki.
vampire.
Let's go Natsuki.
Come on, Natsuki.
Mouse Natsuki.
Got it.
Pink hair.
On it. Nazi.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me.
You want to smoke?
It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any
420.
emotions.
So basically, it's not as cute enough for your taste.
Do you want
Sorry.
to get smacked?
I'll get him.
Hey, I'll pass. Thank
What
you.
else?
Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Oh, come on, Natsuki.
Eagles can fly.
This sucks. Who fucking wrote this?
Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
That's the new Macklemore album.
Yeah,
It's pretty deep, though. People can try. But that's about it.
I told you that you weren't going to like it.
I don't like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I would like it?
God. Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves?
The conversation still works.
Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
Boom.
Like in
Damn.
this poem.
Boom.
Boom.
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
She's a modern day Kerouac. Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose.
No, you didn't.
It helps bring out the feeling in that last line.
Look at that smirk.
I think it does.
Yeah.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
God,
Just trying to get that puss.
that's what it means
doing
to
a
be
180.
a pro.
He's about it. He's about it all right now.
I'm glad you learned something.
What's the
Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
what's the hourglass thing in her hair?
I think that's like a braid thing. Or something.
It's just a bow.
It's a clip.
Oh.
What do you think's in the background written down, Buck, on that chart?
I bet people can get gold stars for their performance.
Yeah, I guess not.
I decided to humor her with that last comment.
That's not what I sound like, Neil.
I don't really care how old everyone is. Ooh. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
Yeah.
Keith, you're a dirty perv, dude.
Yuri.
Yuri again.
No, save Yuri for last.
Okay,
She's the
Monica.
babe.
Monica.
Monica.
Oh, you know what? I
Mana.
do have a mouse.
Mana.
What am I doing?
Ka.
I hope you like reading this poem in that voice.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Hi, Keith.
Is it long?
Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Bitch, scary. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Hey.
Don't worry, Keith. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know?
Look at her power stance.
But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true.
I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Keith.
Thank you.
I was going ooh in my head while reading it.
Of course you were.
It's really metaphorical.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
Well, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of their nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point.
That'd be a great rapper name.
I've never really asked it, though.
Nuance.
Nuance.
Yeah. Yo, get that new Nuance album.
Good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I sound confident. I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside it for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas! Already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
Is this about a glory hole? That's a glory hole poem, isn't it? I think that's a glory hole poem.
So, what did you think?
Well, I just told you. I think that poem, but what did Keith think?
It's very freeform. If that's what you call a glory hole poem. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay.
It wasn't funny.
What a story, Mark.
Yuri.
Yuri.
It's Yuri time.
Yuri.
Hey, girl.
Dot, dot, dot.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Yes.
She likes the part about suicide.
Did it, Lon.
What was that?
Did it.
Did I just say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Tits.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Silly girl.
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you.
You sound so enthusiastic.
I know. This is actually my first time, really.
I don't know.
Do you mind if I read your poem now?
You don't even want
Please
I
do.
don't.
I'd love to share my thought process
There's gonna
behind
be
it.
blood stains on the paper. Just die.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her,
That's the entire poem.
which
Die, die,
itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Isn't it?
die. Yeah.
I don't see any
Ghost
blood.
under the light. The
Jesus.
tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
She's pretending she's a prostitute in that poem.
I could only focus on Neil's voice. I didn't really catch what he was saying.
I can read them
So-
normally.
No, it's good. She's being too cute right now. So it's like she's definitely the bad guy,
she's-
right?
I think she's deliberately digging
she-
you way more than she's supposed to.
We can always switch
Yeah,
up the
I don't-
girl
I
you're
feel like-
going after. If
Yeah,
you're
you
not
can-
feeling her, we can
I
go
I
wonder-
just don't trust
Natsuki.
her.
I wonder if that
'Cause
changes,
she's-
Keith. If you would have liked someone else's poem. No, so if we would have read our poem differently, chose different words, and say, what's my chick's name?
Sayori.
So she got the most, her little avatar got the most jumps. Would we have talked to her right after the poem, or would we still have talked to Yuri?
It doesn't
reading
matter
that
the
book?
order. It doesn't matter the order, but there will be different responses.
Yeah,
depending
different
on how you-
dialogue.
But
So Natsuki likes cute things. She didn't like your poem that much,
right.
but she didn't say it was bad either. So
Either way, in the storyline, after we wrote that poem and went back to the club, would we have started talking to Yuri and read
you
that
wouldn't
book
have
with
had
her?
that cutscene with her. No, it
Okay.
would have been a cutscene with someone else.
Cool.
Nah.
Cool.
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah. Of course.
I can just picture Neil like twisting his skirt and
so?
grinding his toes.
You can learn something from me?
You know,
From me?
I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Keith.
Oh snap!
We're gonna do our best.
Go Power
Me
Rangers!
too. Sure.
Phew.
Do we need to timestamp Buck's first burp into the microphone? That was
Took a
hour
while.
and 37 minutes.
That's a record.
Have we been playing that long?
I glance around the room.
Where are they?
What was that first part I missed? I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter.
I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre. If there's been,
Sorry, my bad. My mediocre writing.
if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Sigh, Keith. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems.
Oh, they're passing notes about you, Keith. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing.
As they read in
Fucking better
tandem,
not be.
I watch
yeah.
each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Just one.
Jeez.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute.
Dude, they're just shade.
Cute.
Did you completely miss the symbolism or something?
Get her.
It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
Get her.
How can that be cute?
Get her.
Yes.
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh?
That sounded like Speed Racer.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Oh, they're gonna fight.
Dude.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
Burn.
Which people did, by the way.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
So Yuri liked it.
yeah.
And Keith did too.
I lied.
fuck yeah.
I
So
did
based
lie.
on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me.
Oh.
I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it
Get the gloves out.
anytime soon.
He's on that high horse.
Unless, of course, I come across something particularly
World
inspiring,
star.
which I haven't yet.
Yeah.
And Keith liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
You like her poem, and you like my
Oh.
poem. What poem you gonna pick? My poem, the best poem.
I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Ooh.
Oh, I
Eh?
read that wrong.
That's not what I. You're just.
You're just jealous
Yuri
of my
stands
tits.
up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Keith appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Playing both sides.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
Listen to the music change.
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Roasted!
That's what she says there.
Yeah. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Keith started showing up.
Oh, snap! Talking about titties!
Natsuki,
Natsuki, that's a little...
this doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Keith, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Keith.
All right, Keith.
But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our
better get
language.
an option.
It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste.
Another music change.
You understand that, right, Keith? Well,
You gotta do the Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Like you just got hit by some shit and you're like,
How
bruised.
did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh,
Yes!
All right, let's have a group.